Hi, I'm Greg Barnes. Welcome to Tricorn, the costume shop. I'm designing the costumes for Legally Blonde, and we're about to have a fitting with Laura Bell Bundy. What I like to do is draw everything just with pencil on tracing paper, show that to Jerry, and then not really start painting them until we're pretty much on the same page. Getting clothes made is an expensive endeavor, so you try to make your mistakes in theory, and then hopefully most of your work will be on the stage and not in the wardrobe room downstairs. So we're fitting Laura Bell today. It's not really a checkup fitting. We're still in process with it, but we're pretty far along in the process at this point. Everything's in the real fabric. It starts off in the moment, we call it the shame spiral moment, and she comes out of her bedroom where she's been locked away because she's been rejected. It's just a sweatsuit, but it's underdressed under this robe. It's the happiest My Pretty Pony kind of robe, but you're in despair. It's got smiley faces, but your heart is broken. And through the course of this one number, she goes from that to that, and then ends up leading a marching band in this fully beaded majorette costume. And that's a lot of beading. All done by hand.
It's still really heavy, but I don't think that there's a way that this is not going to be heavy. So, I mean, unless it causes me a real problem and I'm noticing it, then,
all right.
I don't think there's really, if there's a way to maybe the shoulder.
When it's cleaned out, I think it won't feel quite so bulky because it's still all based.
Okay. Well, that could be it too.
At Harvard, at a place like Harvard, they wear traditional menswear fabrics. They wear houndstooth and pinstripe and chalk stripe. So we wanted her to have a skirt that was houndstooth but L-ized. So it's pink and it's big and it looks like L. Try it just a little, like inch.
Because when it's kind of out like that, there's something really cute about that.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of funkier.
Uh-huh.
And in the outfit should be a little bit more funky, I think, because she was going out to hang out with her friends.
Yeah, exactly.
She wasn't going to class or anything.
Why don't we, Sky, let's get some good pictures of it. Maybe we'll memo them to Jerry and see what he thinks. All my family are educators, grew up in San Diego. I didn't know that costume design was a job. I assumed it's a hobby. Somebody puts these things together, who knows who it is. And somewhere along the line, I met this amazing man, Robert Morgan, who designed The Grinch this year in New York, brilliant designer. And he was so kind to me, and he said, go to NYU and be a costume designer. And I thought, are you kidding? I'm going to be a high school. I'm going to teach drama and do the plays. That's what I knew. I swore when I came, I told my parents, because they were like, what are you talking about? They have costume designers, that's a job. And I said, look, I'm going to go there. If in 5 years I haven't won a Tony, I'll come back and I'll teach school. Well, it took how many years did it take? About 26 years for me to win a Tony. So it was, my mom said when I walked down the aisle at Radio City to pick up that thing, that was the longest walk that anyone ever took. And in some ways, she's right. And we actually have this garment in two guises. We have it in what is a more believable Bergdorf Goodman version, and then we have it in a solidly beaded, totally over-the-top curtain call outfit version. So, and I think this is the subtler one is over here. So this is what she'll come out of the closet in. And we've chosen, these are satin finished bugle beads, which obviously they're sparkly, but they're not as sparkly as what's to come. Is there anything, Catherine, about a jersey dress, in terms of care? Should they lay it out? Yeah, don't hang it. Okay.
So how are you supposed to lay it down?
You like they do with a solidly beaded dress. You get a bin, put a towel in it, and it's got its own little bed.
Well, that is something that I did not. This beauty queen did not know that.
It's 200 and how many? 70 costumes. We probably fit everything. Minimum 2, mostly 3. So in a day, you've got a lot of ground to cover. I said the other day to my associate Sky, it's like making a 20-course gourmet meal for 50 people in a studio apartment with a tiny little range, because you've got all these dishes that have to come out at the same time, and inevitably you're going to burn the roast, or there's going to be a misstep. And so oftentimes, even just the shoes alone are such an overwhelming task. We have one person that just does the shoes. Up until about 3 days ago, I was like just having the time of my life, laughing, we're going through town, spending money, doing my job, and then all of a sudden I'm awake all night thinking, oh my God, did we remember to, fill in the blank, a million things. So it is a little stressful.